Let's watch some video. Oh shit, that's the wrong video. Hold up, that's the wrong video. Shit. That ain't the one. That ain't the one. Here we go. This is the one. Ignore that. Mistakes happen. Hello, my cute kitty. Yes, yes you are. You're cute. Where are you going? Luna, 1 to 5. 1 to 5. 1 to 5 speak Canina.
Silksong ruined everything for the AAA gaming industry. Why would I sell my kidneys to buy Borderlands 4 when Silksong is only $20? How is Vampire the Masquerade's gonna charge 3 Silksongs for the base game and then 1.5 Silksongs for the cut content when they forgot the most important parts? Vampire the Masquerade is masquerading as Vampire the Masquerade. It's just that simple, folks. How is Sharded Space gonna ask me to empty my wallet for an empty DLC? I'm not paying $30 to be depressed by Todd Howard's downfall. I'm curing it using code bail money to buy some big titty body pillows. There are two immutable facts in life. Labubus are demons sent from hell to claim our souls, and the AAA gaming industry is always looking for a new way to fuck us. But where they've made an art form out of overcharging and under-delivering, Silksong undercharges and over-delivers, which is why in the first week of its release, the population of Greece has already bought Silksong, and half of Bungie is gone. Hey, remember not to over-deliver on that next job application. Give me some. Oh, he got a promotion. Silksong is mopping the floor with almost every AAA release this year. Friend Slop, Todd Slop, Hell Slop, Idler Slop, name a slop that's come out recently. This slop is blowing it out. Italian slop? People don't want to see old Italians selling spicy ragu. They want a naked stick figure. The numbers don't lie. There are almost 600,000 players playing this. That's more players than Concord, if you can believe it. Silksong is winning so bigly that it crashed Steam, Nintendo, and PlayStation, proving that no one owns an Xbox. But until a week ago, I had no clue what the hell a Silksong even was, so I went to investigate its success, and immediately things started making sense. You don't see this happening with those West Coast games, do you? Fun fact, despite making up 2% of the states in America, California makes up over 50% of the job layoffs in the gaming industry. Maybe they commit more crimes. These people will make thirst traps out of anything. That thing is a bug, yet they still won't draw your games. Now, it goes without saying, a few...
Wait, what?
Thing is a bug, yet they...
Concordia, Concordars Lane. Now that is funny. Now that is absolutely funny.
Still won't draw your games. Now, it goes without saying, a few fan-animated projects is not the only reason why this game succeeded. For the last 8 years, every unemployment check has come with a free copy of Hollow Knight. Let that sink in. That's millions of people getting blue-balled for the last decade waiting for this, and when it finally got announced, more loads were launched in that 5 minutes than in the entirety of World War II. And when all those people got the game on release, they could actually play it because it wasn't made with Unreal Engine 5! Thank God! Praise Jesus Christ is king! My computer can finally play a new release without getting hotter than the Earth's fucking core. You know why they call it Unreal Engine 5? Because it's 5 minutes between every crash. Hell, just look at Borderlands 4. They paid Conan the Barbarian millions of dollars to show everyone that this game runs like shit.
You crashed the game? How?
Don't worry.
Wait, seriously? They did that?
Oh, Randy, as a real fan, I saw this. robbed a small local bank and bought the Ultimate Edition immediately. The indie market continues to destroy AAA games because they keep making gameplay-focused games at reasonable prices. Peak, Schedule 1, now this. You would think AAA would take this as a lesson, but the only lesson they're gonna take from Peak is that the real key to success is locking 10 men in a basement in Korea and not letting them out until they've made a hit. Almost half of what I said there was true, look it up. Oh, but when we lock people into a basement and force them to work for the bad guys. Sir, you didn't give them any food. Shut up! Pimp, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone sometimes. The indie devs are the ones taking 8 years so that they can release a full game, and the small, scrappy, up-and-coming billion-dollar company is the one launching into early access. The fuck? Luckily, just when I start to think I'm losing my goddamn mind, they go and add microtransactions to a closed alpha and my world makes sense again. Which leads me to my next point. It's not just that Silksong is $20, it's that it's actually $20. There isn't cut content sold back to me, there isn't cut content used like a lure to bring me back to the game. Like, you go look at that new skate game. Oh, we got exciting new content coming in Season 2 called Basic Functionality. These days, lower priced games aren't deals, they're honeypots. Hey, come stop by and play Destiny 2 for free today. Gotcha, bitch. You like trains, pimp?
What?
Destiny 2
I'm sorry, $300?
today. Gotcha, bitch.
What the fuck? $390? What the fuck? What the shit? $390? Fuck me!
Bitch. You like trains, pimp?
With all that money, I could buy so many bitches. I could have an entire orgy by myself. I could have clones of myself with all that money. Jeez.
Yeah, you like them more than having a home? When I saw Mafia, the old country at $50, I'm gonna be honest with you, pimp, I thought they were gonna sell the Italian accent separately. I was relieved when I bought the game and found out they sold the funds separately. Recently, Assassin's Creed Shadows charged $70 and then still put all the best stuff in the shop. And they would have charged more, but they knew Ubisoft fans can't count higher than that. Hell, the big papa of microtransactions has bundles that cost 27 grand. That's 1,350 Silksong. Somebody's gotta let these money launderers know there's a better way. And every indie game that came out last week should have gotten out the way. I'll say the loud part out loud. Every indie game that releases in a post-Silksong world is fucked. Quite frankly, I'm shocked GTA 6 is releasing in the same decade as this masterpiece. But enough foreplay, enough goofing. Let's get into the actual review of Silksong. You ready? I had to refund it to afford Borderlands 4 Crippling Dead Edition. Thanks to the flock of pimps and thanks to everyone that used the Gamer Subs code bail money last week. You guys blew me away with your support. I mean, we're already over 15% of the way to a
be real with you.
God damn. I couldn't do this without you, pimps. So thank you all again, and I'll see you all next week when we roast Borderlands 4.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not excited for Borderlands 4. Honestly. I just never was. Probably never will.
The year is 2025, and gaming has evolved into a new generation. Premium games for premium gamers. Games so good that not even the most expensive GPUs can run them. That's right, GPUs upwards of $2 grand can't even run the games. So good, you're gonna need a GPU from the future. It's exactly where we wanted gaming to be, right? No!
Yeah, exactly,
it sucks,
right?
It's stupid. I hate Unreal Engine 5 so much.
Yeah, because you totally need to upgrade the fucking graphics with each release of the goddamn game, because we're totally looking forward to new graphics that make us have to buy a fucking video card every fucking year. Oh yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah. Beautiful. It makes my heart excited and elated with all the whole, oh yes, I want to buy a new game, get into crippling debt, and then have to get even more crippling debt by buying parts for the computer. Yes, it makes perfect sense. Oh yes, because oh, look at the graphics. I can see the snow fall and melt on my character. Yes, that's peak gameplay right there, because I totally want to see that shit. I'm literally gonna stop the middle of a fucking firefight just to watch the snow melt. Look at the graphics. Nobody gives a shit about graphics, honestly. Let's be real, nobody does.
Yes, new game comes out. New game costs £60. New game doesn't even work, and you know what? You know what the CEO of Gearbox says? That sounds like a you problem. Stop being broke. Play something else. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Borderlands 4 is the latest disaster in gaming. Let's talk about it. Borderlands 4 launches and the performance is abysmal, and gamers are rightfully angry. So that must mean the sales are bad. It must be a oh. It actually sold pretty well. Would you look at that? Hitting over 300,000 players on Steam this weekend, which is really good. Congrats, Gearbox. Wait, I made a mistake because I'm not a Borderlands fan, and I didn't realize how big this franchise is. Borderlands as a franchise has sold over 90 million copies. God damn, that's a lot of sales. There are rumors that Borderlands 4 sold over 2 million in its first week. However, Borderlands 3 sold over 5 million in its first week. So just a little less. Just a little bit. And Borderlands 3 eventually hit 22 million sales. Now, it could reach that, right? It could reach the heights of Borderlands 3 if the game is good and it runs like sweaty cheeks. And the CEO is doing some of the worst PR I have ever seen. It's bad. So is Borderlands 4 a financial success? It's too early to say. The game hasn't flopped on release. It's hit good launch numbers for a normal game, but for a game from this franchise, not so good. So with the...
Honestly, okay, I'm gonna give my own opinion about this. The only reason why it probably had so many good sales is because of the same thing that happened with Borderlands 3. It's the reputation. It's not because the game is actually good, because everybody bitches about Borderlands 3. It's a boring-ass game, I should know, I have it. But like me, there was a ton of people who bought Borderlands 3 because they were under the expectation of, we're gonna get Borderlands 2, but now it's the trilogy. That was the expectation. Imagine our disappointment when we realized that was not actually happening. Ha ha! Thanks, Randy Pitchfork. Forking my fucking money in vain. Thanks a lot. So, continuing with that train of thought, I basically learned my lesson. So when they announced, oh look, we're gonna make a Borderlands 4, I was like, it's gonna be another Borderlands 3, isn't it? It's gonna be another fucking Borderlands 3. You're gonna prey on the nostalgia, prey on the fun that was Borderlands 2, and yada yada yada. And you see this in the introduction videos of the characters. You literally see this with the, what was her name, the Siren video. literally making a reference to the whole Borderlands 2 was better, Borderlands 3 not so much, yada yada yada. I heard they're making a 4. They know what they're doing. They know how to bring the water to their windmill, you know? They know what they're doing. But I learned my lesson, so no. Borderlands 4 is one of those games that I'm like, nah. I'm gonna wait for like a year, maybe 2, maybe 10. And then I'll give it a look, just to make sure.
Sales we just mentioned, combined with the fact that Randy Pitchford, the CEO of Gearbox, told us that Borderlands 4 has more than double the budget of Borderlands 3, which was around 140 million, so...
And let me guess, all that budget went into fucking performance, right? Not into gameplay, not into story writing. Nope, straight into the graphics. Look at the graphics. Because graphics sell games, doesn't it? Oh, boo-hee-hoo. Honestly, there's a reason why people keep playing Borderlands 2. The game is like, what, 10 fucking years old, and people still enjoy that game to this day.
Not looking too good, really, is it? And on top of that, even with 22 million sales, Borderlands 3 devs still had their bonuses cut. So yeah, this is potentially problematic for Gearbox. 22 million sales, and your reward for that mind-blowingly large number? Your bonuses are getting cut. You're welcome. Now, believe it or not, that's the good news for Gearbox. An okay launch is the good news for them because, as I'm sure you've already seen, everyone is complaining about the performance of the game. And the CEO's ego is making things worse. The ego is just too big to say, look, this is on us. We moved to Unreal 5. It was more difficult than expected to optimize our game, but we will work non-stop to achieve 60 FPS on the hardware that you can actually get right now. People are mad. They're big mad. There are thousands of people right now complaining. Well, complaining is putting it lightly. It's raging, and all of the complaints are about the performance of this game. All right, guys, we need to calm down. There is no way the performance for this game is that bad. Let me test this out for myself. Glasses.
Damn. That bad, huh?
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. It's super bad. It barely runs. Can't get 60 FPS at all. My GPU was hitting 84 degrees just from being in the menu. What the hell is a menu doing that needs to make my GPU work so hard? Explain yourselves, Gearbox. Unreal Engine 5, right? You get constant stutters during cutscenes, and Claptrap annoys me. That's right, I said it. That's not a performance issue. I just hate those things. Honestly, though, it's not anything we haven't seen before from an Unreal Engine 5 game. Unreal Engine 5, truly the pinnacle of gaming. And then
I have a question. Why do people keep going with Unreal Engine 5? Like, why can't they use the older version that was working on Unreal Engine 4? Like, legit question. Why do they keep upgrading it? Even though they know there's no stability for it. Even though they know that it's a huge performance hit. And most players, I'm gonna be real with you, most players could literally play a game in Unreal Engine 4 or even 3 and they most likely wouldn't notice the fucking difference. Because nobody's fishing for the fucking graphics. Everybody's just in for the story, in for the gameplay, in for the fun. I'm not gonna play a fucking game and look at all the fucking god rays. Look at the graphics. Looks so good. I don't give a shit. Like, look at Ghost of Tsushima. It runs really, really well. Like, Ghost of Tsushima is one of those games that it's more artistic than it is graphics. Like, they're not looking for realism. They're looking for absolute fucking art. You play that game, it feels like you're inside a painting. And it's just beautiful to watch. Like, I'm not playing Ghost of Tsushima and being like, oh, I want realistic graphics. I want to watch the sweat drip of my character. No, I don't give a shit. It's an art form. Give me art. I want to enjoy it, you know? That's my opinion. That's why Ghost of Tsushima just sold so well. Like, because you play that game and it feels like you're inside of a painting. It's beautiful to see. Is it realistic? Fuck no. Is it the most advanced graphics you have? Hell, no, not even close. But it looks beautiful because it's an art form. And I think that's the problem with most of these games. If they had just delivered on what they have a really good thing for, like, nobody was complaining about the graphics of Borderlands 2. I know I wasn't. And I'm pretty sure 90% of Borderlands fans don't give a fuck about the graphics. If you just gave them the same exact graphics as Borderlands 2 in Borderlands 3, but with the same gameplay of Borderlands 3, they would be happy. Because at the end of the day, it's a single-player game. Just give them a good story, good gameplay, we're good. We're satisfied. We don't want more. We don't need more. But the fact that these companies still think that they need to boost the graphics to fucking high levels...
engine created to achieve graphic fidelity, the likes of which your eyes could not believe, to give us the best gaming experience possible. The reality of Unreal Engine 5 is that you have to make it look worse than what it would have done on an older engine just to make it run somewhat okay. Because no matter what you do, you will never get rid of stuttering. It's a trash engine, and I wish the industry would stop using it. Now, with CD Projekt Red working with Epic on Unreal Engine 5 point something, maybe, just maybe it might get better. But expect games that are being made on Unreal Engine 5 that are coming out soon to just run like shit. Oh, I almost forgot that the game runs poorly on consoles too, which is rare. It's easier to optimize for consoles because it's just one set of hardware they have to work around. Doesn't stop stuttering, but it's playable, and somehow they messed that up. And what did our savior, the CEO of Gearbox, tell us? What was his expert advice? Just restart the game, bro. Oh, thank you, wise one. My eyes have been opened. $70 well spent. Other games have been ruined thanks to your genius. Speaking of the CEO, Randy Pitchford. Now you think that would be Gearbox's biggest problem right now, wouldn't you? Potential customers seeing everyone have these issues all over the internet. You see, PC players see less than 60 FPS, and PC players say, nah bro, not for me. But no, Gearbox's biggest issue is the CEO. I've seen meltdowns on social media, I've seen tears, I've seen arguments, I've seen master deflectors like Vavra. It's not woke, not woke. There's no hidden agendas here. Yeah, so anyway, some decisions were made because we were worried what journalists would say. Yeah, this is even worse than that, because Randy Pitchford is out here doing this. Don't play it. Refund the game. Play something else. Know that your hardware sucks. Buy better hardware. Why are you broke? Code your own engine and show us how it's done, huh? My good God, man. It's not even your engine. Does he know that? Does he know what engine they're using? Or does he just sit up in his office all day having nap time while his employees work? Yes, that last one is word for word. The others I paraphrased a little, read between the lines. Code your own engine and show us how it's done, please. We will be your customer when you pull it off. The people doing it now are clearly dumb and don't know what they're doing, and all the support and recommendations and code and architecture from the world's greatest hardware companies and tech companies working with the world's greatest real-time graphics engine coders don't know what you seem to know. Sarcasm. Thanks for clearing that up for us, Randy. Let me ask you a question. What are the geniuses over at Gearbox actually doing? Because even with this game being on Unreal Engine 5, I don't see why it's so demanding. It's cel shaded. It's not even photorealistic. Why is the game more demanding than Expedition 33? Same engine. What is happening with this game for GPUs to be struggling so much? I don't see it. The way Randy talks, you'd think he was John Carmack. To be fair, if John Carmack told me to buy a new PC, I probably would. This all came from a thread where he was behaving like tech support. He could have just said, turn it off and off again, because that's about as helpful as all of this was. Volumetric fog isn't going to save your game from having a shit frame rate. DLSS shouldn't be a requirement for the game to look good. You shouldn't need frame gen just to reach 60 FPS. Ever. Here's another piece of great advice from our savior, Randy. Every PC gamer must accept the reality of the relationship between their hardware and what the software they are running is doing. Oh, that's so out of touch and makes you look like a piece of shit. Just stop being poor. Even though there is no GPU at all running this game smoothly. He was community noted on that, rightfully so, because it is their responsibility to let players know what hardware is suitable to play their game on. Although I suppose no such hardware exists right now, does it? Bro is having a meltdown so bad, even journalists are calling him out on it.
Damn.
Even the journalists. Randy, you make journalists do their damn job, man. They hate doing that. Even Paul Tassi was calling him out. He was getting some horrible messages, which we don't condone. But someone needs to take this man's phone away from him. He's done more damage to this game's financial situation than anything else. Forget the game engine, Gearbox. Give this guy a patch. He's a problem. Gamers can't get past him. For fans of Borderlands, this is nothing new. Randy Pitchford has become somewhat of a problem even before Borderlands 4 released, back when he floated the idea out there of Borderlands 4 being $80. Probably due to low pre-orders and backlash, the price came down from that, or it was revealed to be lower. I don't think they ever announced it was an $80 price. I can have some sympathy for game devs, I can. They work years on this one project, and everyone, rightly so by the way, is shitting on it. That's gotta sting, but you gotta have some self-control, man. You are just doing more damage. And Randy, well, again, if you're a Borderlands fan, you're probably familiar with some of this.
So I'm going to play a song, and this song's called The Bigot Song.
I wasn't, and then I was, and now I wish I wasn't. Thanks to the Decembro for exposing my eyes to this. We'll see if I ever forgive him for that one. You know what? It's better if I just show you. Here's The Bigot Song.
Nobody tastes eggs and bacon when they're frying. That'd just be dumb, you'd probably burn your tongue. And nobody likes a bigot unless he's crying. Hoo-hoo.
It just lingers in the eyes, doesn't it? And the ears. That alone is enough for me never to touch a game he is ever involved with. I refunded Borderlands 4, no money spent there. The claptrap voice actor accused him of physically attacking him over a payment dispute. A former Gearbox lawyer accused him of saddling Gearbox Interactive with the burden of repaying a private, personal $12 million bonus from Take-Two. The money was allegedly rerouted to his private company, Pitchford Entertainment Media Magic. Because Pitchford agreed to have his private bonuses counted as advances upon the royalties owed to Gearbox employees, those employees employees and their families won't receive any of their accrued royalty or profit shares until work repays Randy's bonuses to Take-Two Interactive.
Wow.
Sounds like a fantastic guy, right? But wait, the lawsuit doesn't end there. The lawsuit claimed that Pitchford left a USB drive at a Texas Medieval Times restaurant in 2014 containing sensitive Gearbox corporate materials and a personal collection of underage... Yeah, the suit also accuses him of ciphering...
What is it with these dudes having underage pornography? Seriously, what is it with these people? What the fuck? What is it with these people? Are they fucking cracked? Jesus. Why is it always the CEO of something that has child pornography? Like, it's mind-boggling. Like, why? What is going on in the lives of rich people that they just want to go for the underage pornography? What the fuck? What the hell?
Gearbox profits to fund so-called peacock parties at his home, where adult men would allegedly... Oh my good lord, I'm not reading that. What in the ever-loving did I just read, huh? Now, this lawsuit was dropped and Randy Pitchford was exonerated, so we'll likely never know if any of that was true. But what we do know is what
convenient,
Randy...
right? The rich guy gets off easy. Who would have guessed?
Big Randy said about the USB. It apparently contained some camgirl stuff. Pitchford claimed he was a consumer of this content and that he was studying it to figure out how the host faked the act of female. Good lord!
What?
According
to during the podcast, he reportedly admitted to leaving a flash drive containing a camgirl. Claimed he was a consumer of this content and that he was studying. Figured out how to roast fake the act of female. What?
Figure out how the host faked the act of female. Good lord! Stop! Ah, yes.
What?
Studying. This man was just doing some research, expanding his knowledge on true culture. I believe he called her a magician. Everyone, to me, to make a great game, one must understand great culture. Now, let me show you this clip I found. It's magic. It's so cool. Actual.
Fuck me. Why do I feel like I need bleach for my eyes? Oh, man.
Magic. The man is just a walking red flag for Gearbox. I ain't supporting a guy like that, man. Fuck him. And Gearbox have had to do damage control for him, releasing a statement thanking fans for their patience and promising future updates to fix the game. Notch also called him out, which was pretty funny. Now, is it possible for Borderlands 4 to come back from this poor launch and poor, downright awful PR? They can recover, sure. But I don't think they'll recover to 20 million sales, in my opinion. We'll see. I could be wrong, because I don't understand how Borderlands has sold this much in the first place. I played the first one way back, and it was okay. With a mate. I've tried to play the second one twice, tapped out twice, within an hour. Twice. The series has just never gripped me. The funny thing is, this game could have changed my mind on that. I actually enjoyed what I was playing when it was working. Shooting felt great. I liked the character I was playing and his abilities. The story was pretty fun, and I was so happy for the first half an hour when Claptrap didn't show up, but then he did. He sure did. I've just never found this series funny. I just find it cringe, and that's coming from me, the absolute king of cringe humor. But I felt like they dialed it back a bit. I've always liked their art style. I would have actually played more if it was better optimized, and if Randy wasn't such a dick. I like the look of the world, the new enemies, the main villain was interesting. Shame, really. There's a good game there when it works. Anyways, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Let me know if any of you are Borderlands fans out there, and if you are raging right now, because I would be. I'll see you in the next one.
God damn. So the whole thing is... God damn.